Hello, it's Aubrey Shepherd again. Let's see a few more pictures from Fayetteville, Arkansas on the 25th of October, 2010. Well, that's the Peace Circle garden. Looks like a peace sign from the helicopter airplane up there. And it has a lot of native species in there still for staying there as long as we can keep them for the pollinators that need them. That's the seed of swamp milkweed. I've shown a few of these before. They're very important. If you know where some are, wait till they're open like that and then take them and plant them one by one in another wet place. Those are growing in World Peace Wetland Prairie. Now you see some river oats also growing quite well near the flow area of World Peace Wetland Prairie. That's an actual photo from a day or two ago of the swamp milkweed at World Peace Wetland Prairie, and you can see that plant had a lot of pods. So, but this little red bug, that little red bug lays its eggs on those seed pods, and its young get in there and eat the seeds. So they're always competing with people that want to plant them. That's the coral berry, also known as buckbrush to a lot of people. It's a very delicate little plant, but it will grow into a fairly substantial bush if you give it some sunlight and space and good wet ground. And that is the going to seed. That's goldenrod, going to seed. That's a very important fall blooming plant. Okay, a different kind of white tiny aster. On the first short take we showed two different kinds with different sized leaves, and guess what? This group has, this particular one has a different size leaf. So they're not long. These are short and tiny, and they're not wide like one of the others we showed on the other short take. But there are just so many plants in the aster family that have these star-like flowers that you just can't guess by the foliage that they're going to be anything like this until you see the actual bloom. But these are all late blooming, and they're especially important because most of the bigger, gaudier flowers are gone, so the pollinators will be using them. Uh-oh, there's a fourth or fifth type of foliage on an aster family member that we've seen so far. And this, if you look at the stem above that yellow flower, you see that it has wings. That's something in the Verbesina family, I believe, and there are several species if you look online. And some of them, they're all called frostweed in the winter if it freezes around their stems and makes a beautiful ice pattern. That's, let's see, I believe that is, okay, yeah. We're looking at the blazing star, or that's the red one. That's another tiny aster with long leaves on the right. But that blazing star is one that was cut off. You see the stem? Well, that land at Pinnacle Prairie was mowed on about more than 2 months ago. 2 months and nearly 2 weeks ago. And some of those plants survived. I pulled up some of the stems to stand them up and let the few blooms that could still bloom out there. That is a tiny rose out on Pinnacle Prairie, and it's got one berry. Yeah, that berry is called a rose hip. And a lot of creatures eat rose hips, and even human beings eat rose hips. There you can see that big old building in South Fayetteville in the background. That's looking from the west up near the railroad, near the Hill Place apartments, and looking out over those apartments you can see some nice fall foliage on the 20th or 23rd, whatever, of October that I made that photo, and that building may not be there by the time you see the replay of this particular show. And so we hope you go by and take a look at it, and later on we'll put some of these together with some of the photos of it when it still was complete and whole and was part of the landscape. See the green things nearest the camera there, several plants coming up? That's also regrowth of something that was mowed down this summer. But that was the button bush. And this is the ironweed. It's also regrowth. Come out in 2 months and flowered, but that means it didn't come out completely from the scratch. It came out from a cut-off stem. And there's a different kind of tiny asters. And this thing may not be a member of the aster family for a change. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a pretty little thing. It's growing wild out there. And somebody else can tell us, maybe y'all figure it out. But it may not be a native, and somebody else may say we don't even need it. But you know what? Somebody likes all these things. But native plants are best for our native pollinators, and that's what we know. So till next time, please keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See ya.